Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to what I think is going to be the final episode of Akiha's route in Tsukihime. When last we left off, we were sitting at the final choice. We get to choose which ending will be the one we get to first. And, well, I think the ending we're going to get first is Akiha's true ending. Not her good ending, her true ending. And in order to do that, we have to give Akiha back this life. And I should say that if I'm remembering the endings correctly, and I might not be, which one is which anyway, I'm pretty sure this ending is the one that I preferred between her two endings. But we'll find that out soon enough. I don't think death can be a way to save anyone. It is an answer I've carried with me since my life was saved 8 years ago. No matter how painful or how hard it is, I feel happy just being alive. So, if I live up to my belief, I cannot kill myself. It's not like Akiha has died either. If she's alive, she might get well again one day if I take care of her. I know that to give your life away that easily means you have an illusion that death is honorable. But still, I want Akiha to be happy. I just want Akiha to be much happier than I am. Besides, I was dead 8 years ago, and Akiha has given me this dream this whole time. So, this is just about giving back what used to be hers. There's nothing to be sad about, and there's nothing to lose. It's an end where everything goes back to where it came from. The autumn leaves fall. Akiha lies on the red ground. Her hair on the ground is red. It flows through the red leaves as if melting in them. Her face looks peaceful, as if she's having a happy dream. Jeez, don't catch a cold sleeping in a place like this. I mutter as normally as I can and look down at my body. The lines are throughout my body. I look to see which one would kill me the easiest. I have to return what I've borrowed for so long. I've borrowed it for too long, but I can still give it back to you in time. Right, Akiha? If this body is being kept alive by Akiha, then if I am eliminated, the life should go back to its original owner. I place the knife on my body. My heart screams loudly. I am still scared. Since I'm scared, I look at Akiha's sleeping face so that I can go away calmly. Damn, I just keep on breaking my promises with Akiha. The familiar feeling of death. My knife cuts through the line that will kill me the easiest. At that moment, as if the thing that controlled my body malfunctions, my whole body stops working. I fall onto Akiha. As I start to pass out, I watch the autumn leaves. They lay thick like snow. It might be because it's so beautiful. My mind goes blank as if I'm going to sleep. Distant moon, white summer sun, and the sound of cicadas. Warm afternoon nap. An epilogue. Warm sunlight. I feel the bright sunlight coming in from the window, and I open my eyes slowly. I start to wake up. The sky outside the window is a clear blue, and it tells me that today is going to be a beautiful day. It might be because I slept in an unfamiliar bed, but my body feels a bit heavy. I stretch out a bit and get up. I hear a knock on the door. Excuse me. Hisui comes in with a bow. Hisui shuts the door as if she had a lot of experience doing it. A quiet morning. Looking at her acting like it was natural for her to come into this room, I feel for a while that this is my own room. Good morning, Akiha-sama. Did you sleep well last night? Yes, I did. I'm sorry for saying such selfish things as me wanting to sleep in Nissan's room. No, it is no problem. I think Shiki-sama is also happy for you to use this room. Hisui says this haltingly. I see. You don't give up easily, Hisui. Nissan would be happy that you think of him that much. Akiha-sama, it is true, right? I'm going to get changed and go to the sitting room. Can you tell that to Kohaku? Yes. Excuse me, Akiha-sama. Hisui exits the room quietly. The room suddenly feels lonely. Nissan did not bring any of his belongings here. There is only a bed and a desk. Really, how could you sleep in such an empty room, Nissan? I'm surprised. I would have obtained for him anything he wanted, but Nissan did not ask for anything. I guess he was reserving himself a bit, but he was basically a person with no desire for things. He was like that from the time we were small. He said, with a smile, that he did not want anything and he was happy if we were with him. But that made me uneasy. He did not leave anything and he was not restricted by anything. And he let me know as a child that to be free is to be lonely. I look out the window. The view Nissan was always watching. The forest is illuminated under the blue sky. After that, I slowly woke. In the garden filled with dead leaves, I slowly moved my collapsed body. I was still alive. My hair was returned to black, and I did not feel the rage in my blood. I was feeling rather well, and that load I had always had in my body was lifted. I could almost say it disappeared. Yes, since I was a child. That load that was there since I went to save my brother was gone, as if it never existed. That load was painful for me, but it was also a load that relieved me. I always had only half of my energy, and I always felt a load, but I was happy, because that load was Nissan, and I could feel Nissan as long as I felt the load. But that started to feel really light. I looked around the garden. I could not see Tonoshiki anywhere in that night of falling leaves. Then I understood why I was able to live, why Tono Akiha returned to the original Tono Akiha. It is really nice outside, and I can't stay like this forever. I have to change and eat my breakfast so I can get to school on time. I come down to the dining room and finish my breakfast. It is only a little past 6. I should be able to relax for a few more minutes. Akiha-sama? What is it, Hisui? Would you like to relax too? Hisui looks at me with an angry expression. No, it's more like she's staring at me. It is a bit unusual for that calm Hisui. It does not seem like you would like to join me for some morning tea. Is there something you would like to say? Yes. Please forgive my rudeness, but why did you transfer schools again, Akiya-sama? I see. It's about that. The fact that I have transferred back to my original school must mean something to Hisui, since she does not believe Nissan has died. Why do you ask? I transferred to that school since Nissan was there. Now, since that reason is gone, it is only natural for me to go back. It does not look like Hisui is convinced. Or what is it? Are you saying I should have stayed at that school even though Nissan isn't there? Yes. It is not like Shiki-sama has died. If such a thing is done, Shiki-sama will feel sad. Impossible. How can someone who's not here anymore feel sad, Hisui? I get up from the sofa. It's still a bit early, but I should leave. Hisui, can you tell Kohaku to get ready? Oh, and I will probably live in dormitory from now on, so I will leave you two in charge of the mansion. I will make it official within the week, so I will give you the details when I come home. Akiya-sama? Yes. What else do you have to say, Hisui? Akiya-sama, are you going to forget about Shiki-sama? No, but it's a waste of time thinking about someone who is not here anymore. I leave the room. I walk to the lobby, feeling Hisui's eyes on my back. Please take care on your way, Akiya-sama. Kohaku walks me to the gate and bows. I'm going. I will be back this afternoon, so we can talk then. Yes, but it's a bit regrettable since I won't be here. I will no longer be able to see you off anymore like this. Jeez, even you say that. This is just like before Nissan came. I only came back on the weekends back then. That's true, but now that Makihisa-sama is dead, there's no reason for you to come back here, Akiya-sama. You will only come back during the long vacations, right? Yes, I would think so. I nod and feel I cannot hide anything from Kohaku. The only reason I came back to the mansion was because my father wanted me to. Now that father is dead, and I do not have the responsibility as successor until I graduate, there is no reason for me to come back to this mansion. Because when I graduate, I will live in this mansion for the rest of my life. It's stupid to let go the last free time of my life. But I won't hire anyone else. Please keep up your good work. Kohaku. Yes? Please come back here at least once a month, Akiya-sama. Okay, I'll try. It's time. My driver knocks on the door to tell me it's time to leave. Akiya-sama? Is it really alright? What are you talking about? Are you going to say what Hisui said to me too, Kohaku? No, it's alright then. Take care, Akiya-sama. Kohaku bows. Leaving her in front of the gate, the car starts to drive down the hill. I look at the flowing scenery. Are you going to forget everything, Akiya-sama? I did not say anything when Hisui asked me that question. Because it's each person's choice. It doesn't matter to me if Hisui does or does not believe in Nissan's death. Hisui wishes that Nissan is alive. It's like wishing for a full count, game-winning grand slam. Seeing that my thoughts are meaningless, I laugh at myself. Because that is also my wish. Are you going to forget about Shiki-sama? Should I answer that it would never happen? I know it is impossible for Nissan to be alive, because the only way for me to turn back is for Nissan to give back his life. I know that fact more than anybody, but still, I am believing in him just like Hisui, because it's still there. I look up at the sky. The heartbeat that was there since I gave Nissan half my life. The load that felt like I had another heart in me. The beating is still there. It is really weak and faint, but it is still there. It does not beat and it feels like a rock, but I am certain it is still there. So, while I am disagreeing, I believe more than Kohaku or Hisui or anyone else in the world that Nissan is still alive. He is going to come back one day. I should go back to my normal life since there are no problems. I come back to the mansion. I believe there will only be a few more times that I will be coming back here like this. I got here early than I thought. I think aloud and allow myself some sentimentality. I am in the forest. I have not set foot in this place since that night. There are too many memories here. The garden me and Nissan played around as children. The night when we snuck out of the mansion to watch the stars. The enclosure of the trees when I talked with Nissan when he came back. And the forest when I woke up after that incident. He really is an idiot. I told him so much to kill me, and still. Nissan chose to sacrifice himself. I knew he would have chosen to do that. That is why I made him promise, but Nissan did not listen to a word of what I said. Yeah, he was like that since he was a kid. Nissan only did what he believed was right. He always sacrificed himself for others. Yes. Whenever Hisui or I were scolded by my father, Nissan took our blame. When I was about to be killed by Shiki, he saved me. And when I could not turn back, I didn't even ask him to, but I stopped the tears that were about to come out. I am not sad. Rather, I'm mad. I'm really mad this time. He only thinks about himself and does not take into account how I feel. I really won't forgive him this time. But when the person to say that is not here, to where should I release my emotions? Nissan is not here. There is no feeling that he is going to come back. The warmth in my heart is gone, and only the weight of what seems to be dead remains. That's the only certain thing in me. I feel uneasy when I think about it. I feel like I'm giving up thinking that it might be useless no matter how much I try. I believe that Nissan is alive somewhere. The load inside me is really faint now, but it is still there. So I want to believe he is alive. I want to believe, but Nissan, if it's this quiet, I feel like I might forget someday, and I'm waiting for Nissan. But it is hard to keep my belief in him. The load still in my chest. While it might be a proof that Nissan is alive, I'm scared that it might be proof that Nissan is dead. Jeez, I can't let anyone see me like this. I let out a breath and decide to head back to the mansion. And then I hit something with my foot. I could not see it under the leaves, but something is there. Hey, some metal blade that shines in the setting sun. Is it a hand sickle or something? It's dangerous for Kohaku to leave tools lying about. No, it's not. As I notice, I forget to breathe as I pick it up. Dump. Yes, only once. When I grabbed the knife, what was dead inside me came alive. I do not know what kind of connection it was. Was there a special connection between him and the knife? But still, for a moment, I could feel his heartbeat inside me as I used to. No, stronger than ever before. Huh? Something warm flows down my cheeks. Even after noticing it as my tears, I still do not wipe them away. He's alive. With just that fact, I cannot think. I don't know where he is. He doesn't tell me how he's doing. But I know Nissan is alive. It was only once, but I certainly felt Nissan's warmth, and I was able to embrace it. I take a deep breath and swallow my words. I can believe. That heartbeat is enough. No matter what happens in the future, I feel like I can believe in Nissan and wait for his return. That makes me real happy. Yes, I will hold on to it for you, Nissan. I put away the knife that said Nanatsu Yoru and turned my back to the forest of memories. The forest is tinted red. I say goodbye to the forest which carries so many memories, because I can make new memories, and there are things I must do. I won't be indulging in sentimentality anymore. Now then, I go back to the normal life I am having as myself. And no matter how long it may take, I'm going to believe that he will come back someday and keep waiting for him until he does. Fin. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Akiha's True Route. And as I mash my way through the credits, I will be we will be making our way through the good route. But first, Seal Sensei's lesson. You've reached Akiha's true ending. Well done. Each heroine, with one exception, has two different kinds of endings. Usually they are called true ending and good ending, but Akiha's sons are called normal ending and true ending. Akiha-san's route is different from everyone else's in that how much Akiha-san likes you does not determine which ending you receive. Well then, thank you very much for playing up to this point. Let's meet again somewhere in Tsukihime. I'm pretty sure about something, and I'm not going to reveal. I'm going to get some water though. About endings, but we'll see. I just realized I closed that in front of the microphone like I really try not to do. Oh well, I'm sure that was very loud. And just to double check, ending list. Akiha true ending. Yep. Start game. Resume. Was it this one? Yes. So, what are we going to do? Well, I think you know what happens on this ending, but I can't do that. Wrong. Yes, it's probably wrong. It's alright if I can save Akiha by dying, but there's no proof of that, and besides, I don't think death can be a way to save someone. Even if Akiha is saved by my death, how would she feel afterwards? It's fine if she only feels sad about it, but it's wrong if she should feel guilty for the rest of her life. I don't think that choosing death is neither courageous nor honorable. I think That's just a way to run away from reality. Akiha. Akiha isn't like the Akiha before. She has become a creature that just kills others. But still, I want her to live. If I bear everything for Akiha, who can't feel crime or punishment, I want to believe that Akiha can live. One day. I don't think she'll turn back one day, but to keep my belief in her is the last role for me, as I could not keep her promise. Akiha, even if you're like this forever, I kneel and scoop up Akiha's red hair. Just being able to be with you, that will be my greatest happiness. The autumn leaves fall. Autumn is ending. In this garden filled with many memories, I quietly kiss Akiha. A ritual which has with no meaning. I faintly see the future. This will be the last time touching Akiha as Tonoshiki. Distant reed warbler. An epilogue. Yes, as I mentioned, the reason why I only remembered the two endings is because I'm pretty sure this ending is the same as one of the dead ends, which I don't like. And that's, my memory may not be true, but this might be a little bit of a different scene because it doesn't give you the option to skip it, which means it has a different scene code and the coding or scene title, and I don't know what they call it in the thing, but I think it is the same. So you can kind of skip through it and see for yourself if you don't want to listen or watch. But I'm going to read it anyway. I open my eyes. Endless blue soaks my sleepy mind. Slightly warm sunlight and a slightly cool breeze. A world with only the smell of grass and the sound of trees. It might be that this mansion's forest is in a different season. Almost winter, but this place still feels like autumn. I look up at the blue sky as I lie on the ground. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that just for some reason I completely forgot about this ending, but I don't think I did. I think it's very similar to the other one. It even has the same title, so The sun is already way up in the sky. I guess I fell asleep. I guess it was my fault for lying down here on the grass coming after breakfast. Well, I didn't have anything to do anyway. Doing this here, falling asleep deeply, even forgetting my own name can't be that bad. Bottomless blue. The clean sky is far away. Thinking like a child, I keep on watching the sky. A far sky like in a dream. The view is so beautiful, I even cannot let out a sigh of amazement. Shiki-sama? Are you over here, Shiki-sama? I hear Hisui's voice from the courtyard. It's that time already. I guess I fell asleep again. If I forget about time while watching this blue sky, it makes no difference if I was sleeping or not. Hisui arrives, composed. Shiki-sama, Akiha-sama is calling for you. Alright. I guess I was asleep. Sorry for being so troublesome, Hisui. Not at all. It is nothing of the sort. Hisui looks down as if she wants to say something. I know what Hisui wants to say, but even if she did, I wouldn't be able to give her an answer. I'll get going. Can you tell Kohaku-san in about an hour or so? I turn my back to Hisui and head to the detached building where Akiha is waiting. In the room lives a girl. No, the term lives is not right. This girl cannot move of her own will. She only moves as a living thing when she eats, and she just sits there like a statue when she isn't. So instead of live, exist is a more correct term, since she is more like a doll. I'm sorry, Akiha. I fell asleep and couldn't make it in time. I enter the room and close the shoji. Akiha sits there and does not move. Whoa, your hair is messed up. It looks like you haven't changed yet either. Didn't Kohaku-san come by this morning? Akiha does not say anything. She looks at my direction with a blank stare. No, it just looks like she's looking. Alright, let's at least make your hair look good. I touch Akiha's hair. She makes no motion to fight it. Quietly, as softly as I can, I let my hands go through her hair. Her long hair flows in my hand. Akiha does not say anything. After some time like that, Akiha suddenly moves her arm. Akiha? There's no answer. She just takes my arm and takes it to her mouth. After a hard sensation, Akiha bites on my arm and starts to suck out my blood expressionlessly. Her white throat gulps down my blood. The blood, which spills out of her mouth and drips down her throat and stains her kimono red. I grip my teeth and hold on until Akiha is full. There is no proper quantity for Akiha. She stops only when she's full, and I can't predict when that is. So all I can do is wait like this for her to be full. I feel dizzy, but I don't pull back. Hisui was against this until the very last minute. I decided to give Akiha my own blood ever since she could only take in human blood. It wasn't a sense of responsibility. If Akiha could only survive by taking in blood, I wanted to limit the amount of victims, and most of all, I didn't want Akiha drinking anyone's blood except mine. I guess Akiha really likes my blood. She's never gone outside since then. But it is really dangerous for my body too. I do not have that much blood to start with, and I'm not healthy enough to keep feeding Akiha blood. I faint most of the time when I come here once a day to feed Akiha. Although I'm getting blood from transfusion, it takes my body a while to get used to other people's blood. My body is getting weaker by the day. I guess the reason for Hisui trying to say something every time she sees my face is to tell me I should care more about myself. But such a thing, it's many times easier since I can feel the pain, unlike Akiha. Pop. Akiha lowers her arm. I guess she's happy now as she lets go of my arm. Then she goes back to being a doll once more. I clean the dripping blood off her face and change her dirty kimono. Akiha does not fight back. She just accepts everything I do. There, Akiha's proud look is nowhere to be seen. I'd be lying if I said this isn't hard on me, but still, my feeling of happiness is greater. Akiha is still alive. She is alive, and she is here right now. Then, someday, Akiha might return to the previous Akiha she once was. Alright. See you, Akiha. I'll come back tomorrow, so listen to Kohaku-san at night. I say the same phrase as yesterday. No, the same phrase as always, as I hold Akiha's hand. Slender fingers, small hands. I cover them in my hands. The warmth, the fact that she is alive, it almost makes me cry. I suppress that feeling and smile. I want to laugh so that I won't have any room for any sadness. It's easy to feel sad about the situation I'm in. Even if Akiha doesn't understand, I have to keep on smiling in front of her. One day, if Akiha ever finds herself again, I don't want her to remember how I was sad. I want her to think that this was nothing, that this was one of the happy times too. So, I have to keep on laughing. Even if Akiha doesn't understand right now, so that Akiha wouldn't regret the past when she finds herself again. I keep on waiting, holding her hands. Even if Akiha's eyes are not staring at anything, I will keep smiling until the end of the world. So that one day, when Akiha wakes up, I would be able to greet her like it was another normal day and say, "Hi." Yep, same. I think that was word for word the same. If not then it was very, very similar. But I still like that ending. I prefer her true ending more. But that's not a bad ending. I think I mentioned that last time whenever we first got it, since that we are reading it again. But I didn't dislike it, and I don't dislike it. I was kind of annoyed the first time I played through this. I wanted a different fucking ending, but I didn't get that. And I'm going to sit on this screen while I talk a little bit more about my thoughts on this round. And this is my third favorite round. It is basically a situation of 1A, 1B, and then Akiha is a 2 or a 3. But I like her route more than I like CL's and Arc's. But not as much as Kohaku and Hisui. And I mentioned before that I have a hard time deciding between Kohaku's route and Hisui's route. My opinion changes on this like every time I think about it. But I think I liked Kohaku's route more, and her ending I liked a lot. But my favorite ending was one of Hisui's endings. But I don't know. It's a hard decision. And again, the more I think about it, the more I change my mind every single time. So now that I'm sure will change, like the wind. But I did enjoy that. And, well, I don't think I have anything more to say on Akiha's route other than I really liked it. I really, really do. And yes, of course we'll take CL Sensei's lesson. As always. You have reached Akiha's normal ending. Well done. Each heroine, with one exception, has 2 different kinds of endings. Usually they are called true endings and good endings, but Akiha-san's are called normal ending and true ending. Akiha-san's route is different from everyone else's, and that how much Akiha-san likes you does not determine which ending you receive. Well then, thank you very much for playing this up to this point. Let's meet again somewhere in Tsukihime. And, of course, we will. And just to show you, we have her true ending and her normal ending. So, ladies and gentlemen, next time we start Hisui's route, and I'm very excited for that because, well, Hisui's route and Kohaku's route, the maid routes, are, in my opinion, head and shoulders better than all of the other routes in the visual novel. And again, that's not to say that any of the other routes are bad, and I mean, well, you guys have, at least maybe to some extent, have seen or read or know about the other routes, and it should say something to you that, at least in my opinion, and it's not an uncommon one, that the maid routes are incredible compared to the rest of the story, and I am very excited for that. I am very, very, very excited for that. But next time we're together, Hisui's route. Well, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye and good night.